Hello everyone, and welcome to today's video. We're going to be showing you how to make an automatic raid farm in your Minecraft survival or creative world. It is super simple, very easy to make, and you only need a couple of villagers and some blocks you might already have laying around. This is the entire design, very simple, and I'm going to show you how to make it. For this project, you will need 60 glass blocks, 28 ladders, 21 trapdoors of your choosing, 7 building blocks of your choosing, 2 composters, a singular hopper, 2 water buckets, 4 gates of your choosing, 2 warped fence gates, they have to be warped, 3 signs, 2 beds, 2 chests, a bell, and a bucket of lava. And that's all you're going to need for this farm. Next, you're going to need a pillager outpost tower. I found one, but you also have to make sure you build this farm 150 blocks away from the outpost tower, and it has to be in a roughly flat area for this to work properly. So once you find it, make sure you pick a nice area that is 150 blocks away from it. The pillager outpost is over there, and I also made sure it was well over 150 blocks away from my village as well, because I wouldn't want the raid going after my village. You want to make sure that you're in a nice spot in between, and it's only going to get collected in this one spot. Once you have a flat area, take your glass blocks and build 4 blocks high and make a 3x3 platform at the top of that block. Going one on each side and then filling in the gaps would make a 3x3 platform. Once you have that, it should look something like this. A little platform in the sky, almost looks like a T. Next, you're going to go up to the base and dig 2 blocks out on one side, and only one side. 2 blocks out, 1 deep. For the other sides, 3 blocks out and 1 deep, making sure only one side is only 2 blocks out and the rest are all 3 blocks out. This is very important. Once you do that, you can remove the center column in between. That was just a guide for us, so we had a rough idea of where to put it. Next, all you have to do is dig out this filled-in area right here. Square everything off. It should be rather simple, making sure that one side, again, is only 2 away from the center, and all other sides should be 3 away from the center, and then squaring everything off. It should be 1 deep. Don't worry about that hole. I'm filling it in, but you're going to get rid of it in a second anyway. Now, you're going to take that same hole we just dug and dig it down an extra 2 blocks. So the same dimension hole, but just 2 blocks deeper. So it should be 3 blocks deep now in total. Super simple. Now the reason we're doing this is because this is where all the pillagers are going to get collected. We're going to have them fall into this hole, and they're going to get pushed with water into either a lava or a collection chamber where all the goodies will be snagged, and we won't have to fight them at all, and we all only have to hit them with 1 punch, because once you have the collection system, this not only works as a raid farm, it works as a small XP farm, I found. But once you have that, you're going to go to the side that you chose to only have 2 blocks away from the glass. Go to the center of the 2 blocks, line it up, and then dig 1 block down, 3 away from the smallest wall. Then 2 blocks down, same 3 away from the smallest wall. Next, dig 1 block over and up from the little 2x3 you just dug right there. So it look something like this. Next, grab your 4 fence gates, face one at the bottom, facing that way, and open it. The other 3 at the top, and face them that way and open them, making sure all of these are open, otherwise it will not work. Once you do that, hop back down your hole and dig underneath that fence gate a total of 21 blocks down. So, remember, under that fence gate in the front, 21 blocks down. This is where the pillagers are going to fall, and we are going to build a collection system where we can punch them, get their loot, and the XP. Now, once you're 21 blocks down, dig yourself out in front of you a nice area that you can work in. It doesn't have to be exactly this size, which is why I'm not giving you dimensions. It could be any size you want. Just dig yourself out of room, and as you can see, you have to be careful because I almost walked into a creeper right there, right on the other side of that wall. But all you're doing is digging yourself out. Nice little area to work in so we can do the next step. At the bottom of that 21 blocks, right outside, place a chest and then grab your hopper and place the hopper facing into the chest. They're going to fall down, land on the hopper, and when you kill them, their loot will be shoved into the chest. Make sure that the hopper is at the very base. Now take one of your blocks and cover that up using 2 trap doors on the other blocks, one on the bottom and one above the hopper, like so. Now that you have this, place your bell on that block you just placed, and then you're going to dig yourself out more room to put our first villager chamber. Like I said, the dimensions don't matter. It doesn't have to look pretty. It just has to make sure you have enough room to put the next following steps. Now, once you have your little cavern dug out enough, like I did here, you're going to need your bed, the composter, and a bucket of water. You're going to simply take your bed, put it right there, your composter, put it next to the bed, and then right next to the composter, dig 1 block down and fill it with water. You should have something that looks like this. Next up, you're going to take your glass blocks and place them on the wall. This is where the villager is going to be kept, making sure the villager cannot escape, and it's also safe from mobs, well lit up, and make sure that that water block is also in a good spot as well. Now, you're going to go to the side here, and you're going to dig your way up, and here's where you place your ladders. This is how you're going to get up and out of the farm, 21 or 28 blocks high, making sure that you go all the way to the surface, using your ladders as a way to get up, and then take another trapdoor and put it on top so no mobs can get down. This is your little hidey hole. This is how you'll be getting in and out of the farm. Now, make sure you remembered where you put the source of water. If you don't remember, go back down and get the coordinates for it. I memorized mine, and once you find those coordinates, dig straight down until you hit the water directly. The reason for this is because the water is going to catch our villager, and because we need to get a villager down in that collection area, and we don't want to dig down a staircase and use a bunch of mine carts or water. It's a lot easier just to drop them down, have them land in the water, and then get rid of the water. Next, grab one of your villagers. I'm grabbing one from my breeder here that I have handy dandy, and I'm going to use a boat and some nether portals because I have a little nether highway set up, so it's a little easier than spending all that time making railroads. I'm luring him with work. If you didn't know, a helpful tip to get villagers to go a certain direction is to place down any sort of working block that they might use, and a boat in front of it. They will gradually make their way to the block, and then they will get stuck in the boat. That's how I got him through the nether and then across the desert here to where my farm was at. And then all we're going to do is we're going to build a little funnel for him, so when we break the boat, he can't go anywhere willy-nilly. There's only one place to go, and that's in the hole, if I had a nickel. Anyways, what you're going to do is you're going to make it so he can't escape. Once you break the boat, you can cover this up as well so he can't accidentally miss the landing there. Make your way back up, and then destroy the boat, and then just try and push him in the hole. And you're only going to need one down there and one for up top. So this guy is the only one we need to get down here. And even though it's only one, he was still definitely giving me a fight trying to get him into the hole. It took me way too long to get this guy in the hole, I would like to admit. But eventually I did get him in. I made sure he landed in the water source block. And then once he did, he was safe and able to work down there. Now, all we did was go back up, get rid of our little temporary cage we did for him to get him into the hole, and we got rid of all that, and we're just going to make the patchwork that needs to be done after that. So once you get rid of all your temporary building to get him in the hole, or whoever you got him in with minecarts or everything, all you're going to do is you're going to take dirt and you're going to simply patch up the hole like so all the walls are even again and no mobs can fall down that hole to go get them. Then you're going to go back up and we're going to make the top collection chamber. You're going to place 2 temporary blocks on the corners and then place glass blocks like so on either side of it. And then you can get rid of both temporary blocks, and then you can build out with the glass blocks and make the containment chamber for the second villager. And then you're going to make this 3 blocks tall so he can't jump out. And then similar with the other one, you're going to need your bed, a composter. You won't need a water source block though for this one because we're not dropping them in. So we're going to grab our bed here. and a composter. I'm going to slap it down right there for him to work. Once you have both of these things in there, we need to get another villager in there. This is why you need a second villager. Again, using boats and luring him with work, we got him back into the nether and then back over towards the farm. Now, to get him on the top one, you will need minecarts or source blocks. I kept him in the boat, and there's this trick, which I showed you in another video, where you can put the boat sideways on a mine track, and if you push a minecart into it, it will automatically cause the boat to travel without using a furnace as a train. Then, once it's up there, you're going to simply mine the blocks underneath, making sure there's a stopper at the top as well so it doesn't go flying off. Forgot to mention that. And then we're going to build a cap for this so you can place a temporary block, and then just another 3x3 platform to seal him off in there so nothing can get in and nothing can get out of this little glass cage we made, and we can also see how he's doing in there. After that, go down to what you just made, and on the shorter side, make a 3x2 tall wall. Underneath, make sure you place a warped fence, not a regular fence, a warped fence facing this way, and a warped fence directly in front of that as well. Both of them open, a sign to the right and a sign to the left, and a spruce trapdoor on top of that. Make sure you do this. The reason why we're doing this is so it holds the lava, because watch what happens when we don't close off the fourth side and we just try to put lava in. It starts to spill out all over the farm, and you don't want that. So when you do this, do the steps I just showed you, but in addition, remember that third sign we talked about? You can't forget that one, otherwise you'll have spillage all over. If you need a minute, pause. I know that was a little fast. I forgot to slow it down, but so it's the two warped back to back, a sign on either side, and a trapdoor on top. And then grab your other handy dandy sign, and you're going to place it on top of that warped fence gate there as the final coverage for the lava there. So it's going to be placed right here. Then, when you put your lava in, look what happens now. It's not spilling everywhere. You can close the trapdoor so nothing falls into it. This is for the Ravengers. The Ravengers are going to flow into the lava because they can't flow down into the chamber. After that, grab one of your buckets of water, place it down in the 3x2 deep hole we made, and then should flow and stop at the fence gate. And then take 2 more buckets of water and place them in either corner. Everything should be flowing into and down the hole that we just dug that's 21 deep. After you did that, grab your 21 little gates here. I almost forgot the name for it. Yes, sorry, trapdoors. Yes, trapdoors. Brain's a little malfunctioning today. Once you grab your trapdoors, simply place them all around on 3 of the sides. You don't need to do it on all 4, and then close them so you should have something that looks exactly like this. They're going to walk off thinking the trapdoor is a thing, and then fall in and get collected. Now, all you have to do for this farm to work, and this is the most fun part, and this is probably the easiest part of the whole thing, is go and travel back to the pillager outpost where we saw earlier, and we are going to fight a raid captain. A raid captain is the one that has the flag on its head. Once we got over there, all we have to do is find a raid captain and get bad omen so we can bring it back to the village. As you can see, there was one right off the bat. All I need to do is kill him to get the bad omen. Once you have bad omen, you can head back to the farm. But you can also upgrade your bad omen to different levels and get more increased difficulty raids by continually defeating captains over time. I just did 1. It is the lowest form, and it's just for a demonstration to show you how it works. You can always do more captains to get a stronger raid. But I figured a basic one was a good way to get a baseline for when you use this farm. Once you have bad omen, travel back to your raid farm, not back to your village. If you travel back to your village first, a raid will start there. So once you have bad omen, and you travel back to your raid farm, as soon as you get within range, as you can see, it immediately triggers a raid. Right off the bat, didn't have to do anything. The villagers are considered a village, even though it's just 2 villagers, they are working villagers. So it's very easy, and the raid is starting. As you can see, I watched to make sure they were spawning in the correct places, and once they spawn, you can head down your little rabbit hole, close the door behind you, and you can head down here. This is where you're going to sit while all the pillagers come to you. We made the collection system, we're prepared for Ravengers and any other mob. Now we get to why the reason the bell is here. As they get funneled down, you just simply smack them a few times and they should be, boom, done. But in case you don't know where they are and you're too scared to go up, you can actually use the bell we placed. It's pretty cool. So I know you're probably wondering, why the bell? Why the bell? Why not just wait till they fall down the hole? Well, there is a reason that we put the bell there. Now I'll show you as soon as this next wave spawns. The next wave has officially spawned. If you look at the bell and you go to the side of it and ring it, it should give you the effect to see mobs that, or the, not mobs, the raid that is happening nearby. It should glow. And if you look up, boom, you can see exactly where everyone is. See those little white outlines? It's only brief, but you can still see where they are. See if we can get it again. Yep, see, look. You can get a rough idea of where everyone is in case one might be stuck or you don't know if it's over yet. Pretty handy, right? But so all the pillagers, all the witches, everything's going to fall down here, and you simply have to wait them out and kill them to get Hero of the Village, and all the loot will get collected. And a basic level 1 raid, we did really well. We got a bunch of emeralds, a couple crossbows, a couple saddles, a Totem of Undying, and obviously banners and some junk from the witches. So that is just from a level 1. You can get twice that or 3 times that if you decide to defeat more raid captains. I know this was a little rushed. Feel free to pause and go back at any time. I hope this was helpful, and if you enjoy these videos, make sure you drop a like, and as always, wear your seatbelt. Have a good one.